Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another live tarot tea time session. How's it going? Happy Thursday. How has everybody's week been going? Oh my gosh. Okay. Hey, Sage Moon, already here. Hey, Zendaya fan, who just so everybody knows that is Voices of Davis. So if you guys are friends with Davis, then that is the new improved name, trying on something new. Thank you for the email, by the way, Zendaya fan. I am gonna respond when I was like, I saw it today and I was like, okay, I need to respond when I have like a little bit more time to actually respond with something thoughtful. So I will respond. Thank you for your email. You're just so wonderful. And I love that you're a part of our tea time community. Hello, Babaloo. Hi, Chrissy Ruiz. Okay, the gang is all showing up. We have got some major tea to spill. I'm so excited. So, how's everybody's week been going? What's new, you guys? Anything interesting happen? All of the astrology community has been talking this week about how it was just such wild astrology since the 15th. This was supposed to be one of the most chaotic, disruptive sort of energies that we've had in a long time. Alternatively, it could just be that we were inspired to shake things up and try a different approach. That's the way I like to look at these transits. And definitely, I think that, I feel it. I feel the good shakeup of new energy. But unfortunately, if you don't have the best karma, because maybe you did some things, um, we're going to see a few instances tonight with the tea that we're spilling of some people that may be getting their karma this week. I can see why some of the transits were a little bit crazier for certain people. Uranus was involved, and Uranus can bring surprises. So sometimes good, sometimes bad. You never know. I'm taking my astrology course soon. Oh my God, Zendaya fan, that's going to be so exciting. I can't wait to see what new tea you'll be spilling here with us. But have fun. That is exciting. It's always fun to take an astrology class. All right. Shall we just jump right in? I think we should. Let's just take this tea by the reins. Okay, so first we have the Katy Perry situation. We're going to start off a little bit light tonight. Now, did you guys see Katy Perry's new music video? I was excited because this is all about her making that comeback. I have been a Katy Perry fan for a while. There are a couple songs that, I haven't loved, but definitely just kind of loved her poppy, fun vibe. I like her fun energy. Now, the thing that everybody's kind of upset about is that this song that she made her big comeback with, Woman's World, she ironically worked with Dr. Luke on this song, which is just like so disappointing. This is what I'm talking about with some of the astrology, like still being very karmic. We're seeing a lot of people get their karma, in my opinion, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Um, if you're doing things like this in secret, it's definitely going to come out. Whereas maybe in the past, people would have skated over it. And the thing that I think, is coming out for her is that she's still working with Dr. Luke, who is, someone who had all of that controversy with Kesha. I'm not quite sure what the court documents ended up saying, but I do know that she was paid money for this, and he basically is someone who has been definitely an offender of women. So for him to be the person producing a Woman's World with her, people were just upset, and rightfully so, in my opinion. So I'm going to pull some cards to see what is going to happen with this comeback for Katy Perry. Is it over? Was this the comeback and she's already on the come down? I'm curious to see. Let's see. Sage Moon says, yeah, the astrology has been popping up and showing out. Hasn't it though? How have you been faring with it, Sage Moon? Hi, Claire. Morning, XX. Oh, where are you? Oh, wait, Claire, are you in Ireland? I believe you are. Oh my gosh. So morning, let's see, 4:35. Wait, 4:35 a.m. in work and listening to you. Oh my God. Wait, you are working early, honey. Okay, look at you. The early bird gets the worm. Claire, thank you for being here. I'm so excited that you're making the tea part of your morning. Let's see. Yes, Ireland. Okay, yes. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Yeah, we were messaging. Okay, so good. Well, I'm glad you're here. Heat Lifer. Hi, Heat Lifer. How are you? Oh, okay, guys. Announcement. Heat Lifer. You just reminded me. So thank you for your DM about getting a reading. So, you guys, I am going to open up readings for like a limited time from now until I'd say, I guess, the beginning of August, because I'm going to be going to Dallas August like 14th, 15th through like 17th to go to a Dallas Animal Commission meeting with the city. You guys know how much I care about the shelter animals. So I'm going to go sit in on this meeting, do some reporting, see what information I can gather, do my Scorpio midheaven thing, try to get to the bottom of things. And I'm also going to be volunteering at the shelter while I'm there. And I want to buy the animals some like toys and treats. Of course, when I see them, I'm going to be like, I want to give you all something. So I am opening up readings from now until then at $25 each, just to kind of like do as many as possible, because I feel like that'll help me give them like toys, like, a toy's like 25 bucks, like a nice one. So anyway, and I'm gonna take pictures and post about it. So if you do want one, then I will just send me a DM at Brit Madrid. I'll send you the PayPal thing and we will email and get it set up. And I'll record and send it to you so you have one that you can like keep. Just like this. It'll be like your personal tarot tea, all about you, though. And it'll be like your birth chart, and I'll pull some cards. Okay. That was my announcement. Now back to Katy Perry's tea. Heat Lifer just reminded me. Okay. So let's see. Oh my gosh. Katy Perry's comeback with Woman's World. Oh, and now, by the way, you guys, I saw that she's trying to like walk it back and act like it was like a parody because it wasn't well received. What a nightmare. What's going on with Katy Perry and her career? Hmm. Two of Pentacles. Okay. She's definitely not feeling prosperous. She is trying to juggle the money. This is someone who is kind of in the process of like trying to hold it all together, right? If you look at this person on the card, it's like, oh my gosh, they've got these two coins, so they don't have an abundance of money. So she's not feeling abundant. She's not feeling like sales are going well. She doesn't see a lot of opportunities coming her way. So financially, she's a little stressed. And this album, or already, it hasn't been well received, this one song. So she's trying to hang on to the money that she does have and trying to balance and salvage things. So that feels right. That feels pretty right. Okay, wait, what are you guys saying? Sage Moon says, not that much of a Katie fan. I think some folks have said that Dr. Luke slaps his name, pseudonyms on people's projects without them knowing or approving or something like that. Wouldn't put it past him. Oh, interesting, Sage Moon. Hmm. Hmm. If he did that without her knowing, that would be definitely like an entirely different scenario, wouldn't it? Very interesting. Okay, thank you for bringing that up, Sage Moon. Good to know. Yes, Ireland baker. Claire said, "Oh my gosh, okay. You're like making dough and like what are you making?" Claire, spill the tea on your life. That is interesting. What an interesting life you have. Okay. That would just be so cool. Sounds like a Hallmark movie. Okay, Sage Moon says, "Oh my god, I think I'm really feeling the almost 29-degree Pluto transit in the 10th house, feeling the urgency to leave my toxic work situation. Lego, readings and pups. Such a good idea, Britt. Aw. Thank you, Sage Moon. Oh my gosh. Of course, a fellow Virgo would support. Okay. So the 29 degrees Pluto transit, yeah, in your 10th house, you're at the anoretic degree for sure, Sage Moon. Oh my God. The timing might be right. If it works out and you have a way that you can do it where you feel secure, and you're not doing something, which I'm sure you wouldn't do something wild. I mean, you're a Virgo, you've got that grounded energy, but this could be the time if it's something you've been really thinking about. We also have that full moon in Capricorn. So, Sage Moon, you're in the members only group. So, we'll talk about it when we get to that full moon. Maybe we can go a little deeper into that for you. All right. So, Katy Perry, all right, she's juggling. Anything coming for her in the future? Like, what does the future of her career look like? What's the future of Katy Perry's comeback looking like? Eight of Pentacles, it's going to take a lot of hard work. A lot of hard work. What's interesting is we got the Two of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. I think she's going to double down and work even harder to try to make this a success. Katy Perry is the kind of person, I believe she's a triple Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. So those types of people, it's a fixed sign. They do not give up. And when you have Scorpio energy, they really want to win. They really need to feel powerful. And when they don't feel that way, they do not just like hang their head and walk away. They are going to fight for it. So this makes sense. If she feels like she's not as successful as she wanted to be, she's going to double down. And eights are associated with power. So, yeah, she needs to feel like a success. It's very important to her. So, okay, she's going to be working hard. What will happen as a result of her hard work? Beth Moon says, what, Sage Moon, being supportive? Of course she is. Beth. Beth. Beth was another great Bethism. Oh, hey, Beth, how are you doing? How has your week been? We are reading Katy Perry and her seemingly disastrous career comeback. I was excited about it, but it just seems like falling apart. Which, by the way, Woman's World, the song, I think it's fun. Like, I don't know. I like a good pop kind of anthem, but I do like cheesy music and stuff. So, All right. What else? Anything else about Katy Perry before we move on about the future of her career? She's going to be working hard. What will that result in? What will be the result of that hard work? 10 of Pentacles. Guys, I think she's going to turn it around. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. So she's going to go from the 2 to the 8 to the 10. And this is within the next 6 months. So any of you guys, if you are Katy Perry fans, if you're one of the people that sent me a DM wanting to know about Katy Perry and if this was going to kind of get better for her, I'm going to say yes, it will. She is having a moment where she is having to reevaluate, rebalance things, figure it out. She's going to double down. She's going to figure out what she needs to do. She's going to triple Scorpio that situation and work really hard. And then she's going to end up making this very successful and profitable. So, okay, kind of love that for her. As long as she's not supporting like Dr. Luke, that situation, I would, still going to be kind of wary about that. And I might look into that a little bit further. But as long as she's not supporting people like that, then, good for her. All right, oh my God, Beth, you're so sweet. How is Michael doing? I forgot to tell you guys. He told me, he was like, tell everybody I said hi, because he's literally in bed. I think he's asleep right now. He has had the craziest week. He had so much court. He was driving to different courts. So he's exhausted. He was like, I'm going to go to bed. It was like 9:00. So, but he said to tell you guys he says hi. Hi, Gigi. Oh my God, what's up? Gigi, that was so like Super Bowl ad 2000, whatever. That made me laugh. Hey, Gigi, how's it going? Nigel. Oh, hey, Nigel. How are you? We're doing great. We're feeling good. How are you, Nigel? Aw, Sage Rude. Gigi said, okay, Aunt said that she worked with him because she wants to work with people that he's linked with. Apparently, he's much more powerful than we think. Interesting. Okay. Well, I have a little bit of insider tea on that person in particular. I don't want to say too much about it because it's obviously someone that you guys know. I've talked about who it is that works in the music industry. And I don't want to pull a Zach saying and like spill someone else's tea or something. But basically, what I've heard just kind of roughly is that along those lines, Gigi, is that he is definitely still working. Definitely, he has like that label still. And unfortunately, regardless of what, the legal situation is for him or what has been exposed about him, people have been continuing to work with him. So, yeah, I mean, he's definitely still connected to some very powerful people. So I would say I agree with that. Okay. Nigel says, by the way, sending virtual hugs to Archer. Such a cute dog. Oh my God. Thank you, Nigel. Isn't he the sweetest? He's precious. He's a really good dog, too. He's just like the sweetest sweetheart of all time. Sage says, oh my God. Oh, Lawyer Mo. Yeah, he is counting all the sheep right now. Thanks, Sage Moon. What did Michael think of Alec Baldwin's crazy trial? Heat Lifer, I will have to ask him. We do need to have like a Michael consultation on the legal situations. Um, we did not get to even talk about it this week. Like literally, you guys, he was working and then he would come home and that new like game came out. I don't know if any of you guys are gamers, but it's like the NCAA something. Oops, sorry, I don't even know. But it's some sports game. And so then he was so tired and he was like just wanting to like kind of decompress with that. So he's playing his game. So I was like, let him kind of do his thing. So we didn't even chit chat as much as usual. but I shall get some more tea from him this weekend. Okay. Pull that card, Britt. Share the gossip. I know. I'm just gossiping with you guys. Thanks, Beth. Okay. All right. So I think that's all we know about Katy Perry. I think we're good. Let's move on to another music tea situation. So I just watched a video that Sloan put out. Maybe you guys have seen it too, about Beyonce. And allegedly, there is a drummer. And I don't know if we may have talked about this on the channel before. It's very bizarre. But Sloan's like deep dive video was kind of, I don't know, it kind of just like took it to a new level for me, made me want to do an in-depth reading. So there's this drummer that used to work with Beyonce, and she is accusing Beyonce of extreme witchcraft. All right. So Sloan did this deep dive video. He's so good at that. And he was pulling all of these clips. And at first I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm watching it thinking this is so silly. Of course she's not. And the woman, I think she may have some issues. I don't know. But if she does, I hope she gets help. This is not to make fun of her. But what she was saying was a little strange. But then he pulled clips from like other people talking about Beyonce from podcasts, like people in the music industry. And it was kind of weird. I mean, they were saying that she practices this one thing. Hold on, I had to write it down because I hadn't heard of it before. Called, wait, did I write it down? It's called like Ifa or something. And it's a traditional, I think it's a traditional West African like practice, which, there are all kinds of different practices and religions. That doesn't necessarily make something witchcraft. But according to what this woman was saying on a podcast, she did refer to it as witchcraft. And she did say that Beyonce has been using like glamour magic and different things, and that it's very real and that it's helped her to remain successful. Now, on one hand, people can just say that, right? And maybe she's just been really successful. And then on the other hand, I don't know. We like to spill a little tea here. Let's just pull some cards and see. Like, is there any truth to the allegations that Beyonce practices witchcraft or uses spells to further her career? That's what I'm wanting to know. So let's see. Nigel. Okay, Nigel's got some tea. Nigel says, yep, her ex-drummer saw her sacrificing kittens allegedly. Oh my God. Are you serious? Okay. If that is true, oh my God. That's awful. Are you kidding me? Holy. Okay, Nigel. Now those are fighting words. We're gonna, if that's true, we're gonna have to bring Beyonce down. Okay. All right. That's awful. Gigi says, I remember reading about this years ago. Okay, see, Gigi, that's kind of what Sloan was doing, like pulling together old things. And when she described Sasha Fierce, her alter ego, she was saying that it felt like a presence came over her. I don't know. Watch that video if you're more interested in hearing some of the details about the claims. It's very interesting. Even the way Beyonce described it was interesting. Okay. So let's pull one card to represent Beyonce in this whole situation. Just her energy, her vibe. Seven of Pentacles. Okay, this is hard work. 7 is also a spiritual number, just like 9. Okay, I'm going to pull a clarifier before I say. Very interesting. Clarifier, please, for this. The Sun. Okay, let me get one more clarifier. The 2 of Pentacles. Okay. I have goosebumps. Here's what I'll say. 7, like I said, is one of the spiritual numbers. And getting this card as the answer to that question, when we're talking about does she work with any sort of magic or whatever, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, this card would suggest, as weird and far-fetched as it sounds, this card would suggest yes, because this is a card of work and 7 is the spiritual number. So it's like work with spirit, basically. And then we have the Sun card, which interestingly enough, one of the things that like in this podcast that was talking about Beyonce, she said that whenever Beyonce wears yellow, that has something to do with channeling one of, like, the deities or something. By the way, I'm saging so much after this, saying a little prayer to Archangel Michael, like, gotta keep it clear around here. But the headdress and everything that Sloane put on, like, on the screen, it would definitely remind me of this card with the yellow. He showed, like, Beyonce with, like, a yellow, like, headdress, the sun. I'm gonna say this is a strong yes. This is a strong yes reading honestly, I'm kind of in disbelief, but this is very strange. And then the 2 of Pentacles, in this case, this would be balancing, like, 2 worlds, like the spiritual and the material. It's like a delicate balance in order to remain successful, like things are hanging in the balance. Okay, so let's see, did she allegedly do anything to this woman, this drummer that used to work for her? Is there any truth to the claims that, she used any of this on her? Because maybe she just uses this stuff on herself, and maybe it's like positive affirmations and wearing yellow and, like, maybe it's not black magic or sinister. I don't know. I want to give benefit of the doubt for sure because this is a wild reading. Um, but if she did mess with this woman, that would definitely be a dark thing. So did she do anything to this woman? Did Beyonce do anything to this woman? 2 of Swords. This is not a pleasant card. Let's get one more clarifier. And then I'm going to check in with what you guys are saying because y'all are spilling some tea over here. 6 of Cups, partnership and past lives. Oh my gosh. One more before I interpret all of it, just to keep it really specific here with the messaging because this is so interesting. 3 of okay. This is weird. This is so crazy, guys. I'm gonna say, according to this reading, according to this tea, this would be a yes. Because 2 of Swords, this would be someone feeling like they are powerless, which is what the drummer described, feeling powerless. Now, what's interesting about this card, though, remember, all you have to do is put the swords down and take off the blindfold. So this is really more saying something about, like, the psychological hold or, like, the magic or whatever it is. And I don't really know how that stuff works. I don't really want to know how it works, to be honest with you guys. Um, but I feel like there's something about free will here. So it's like, even though this is happening, or maybe, Beyonce is, like, doing this to her or something, she has more power than she thinks to not allow this stuff to, like, mess with her life. So I would say maybe she needs to get into, like, some spiritual stuff on, like, the positive side and do some cleansing and also, like, get her mindset, like, shift her mindset, things like that, because we do have free will. We are more powerful than all that stuff. Although I'm sure it's very scary in the moment. And then 6 of Cups, this is like wanting to be partners with someone, wanting to keep someone tied to you. So I feel like this is a yes. And then 3 of Pentacles, this is 3 women working together. I think that she wanted this drummer to work with her, to continue to work with her. And there was something about the way that they ended up not working together anymore that was very personal. This 6 of Cups. It was a feeling of, like, the breaking of a partnership, but 6 of Cups is like a past life bond. It's like something that feels so familiar. And I would say at one time they must have been very close. And that's why it was so personal and so, like, to the point where maybe there was some revenge or something. And it had to do with creativity and working together and, like, being upset about that. So yeah, that's the tea on that. Oh my god, allegedly for entertainment purposes. Okay, what are you guys saying? It is so weird, you guys. By the way, this is sparkling water. It's not like a tall boy. Oh my god. Let's see. Beth says, "Love, love, love the Camila and Shawn tea." Oh my god, I'm so glad, Beth. Cat Williams spoke about Beyonce. No, Cat Williams did, and her stuff. I saw videos that back up the stories. Beth, are you kidding? Ever since Cat Williams, I watched that Club Shay Shay video about him. We've talked about it on this channel. We know. That blew my mind how right he was. Like, he was just so on it. So if he said it, okay, then I believe it. Like, I believe what he says. Because he's been right before and he doesn't really have a reason to lie about stuff like that. I don't think. Wow, I'm gonna look for some videos after this, Beth. I'll be falling asleep to that. Claire says Sloan Bella done a reading on this as well. Oh, Sloan Bella. Yes, Sloan Bella. Sloan talked about Sloan Bella in that video. Said the same thing. Hollywood is crazy. Oh my gosh, Claire. Okay, so more corroboration. Gigi says, "Oh yes, Orishas, I believe." Oh, okay, interesting. Is that like I guess that's like this the type of magic or the deity with the yellow? Okay, I think that okay. Interesting, Gigi. Beth says, "Oh my god, has anyone read the book Chaos? Very eye-opening and making me aware of so much." No, I haven't, but I'm intrigued. TJ says, "I think she just likes to manifest." Okay. You know what? I hope so, TJ. I really do. That would be lovely. Manifesting is just great. Sage says, "Thanks for saying that, Britt. African religions and practices have been greatly villainized in society. There's light and dark for everything, but this tarot tea is telling on Bay." Sage Moon, I totally agree with that. And yes, that was in my mind. I wanna be careful of that because sometimes just because we don't understand a certain practice doesn't mean that it's, like, evil. And even, back in the day throughout history, in the United States even, and other places too, women were called witches because of random things. So, like, I don't wanna use this, like, take someone down, right? I mean, but if you're doing spells to hurt someone specifically, then that is weird. But if you're just, practicing something that we don't understand, that's not weird. Okay. Sage says, "Oh my god, we getting hot tea?" Yes, we are. Okay. I love you guys. Y'all are so funny. All right. So you guys keep chatting. I'm gonna keep spilling tea and keep catching up with the tea. The drummer sounds unbalanced, Roller Girl 808 said. I thought the same thing. I thought the same thing, Roller Girl. When I watched it, I was like, oh, I feel bad for her. I feel like she, might be experiencing like delusion. It seemed like some sort of psychological illness, right? And yeah, and that's just what it seemed like. But then when I saw the other clips of different people who seemed very much in their right mind talking about Beyonce and it was like unrelated, that's what made me like, huh, interesting. Kind of want to pull a card. But I agree with you, Roller Girl. She does seem like, a little bit out there and maybe not well. And if that's true, I really do hope she gets better. Okay. So Beyonce, bizarre witch allegations. Okay, check. We've addressed it. Um, do we even care anymore? I don't know if we do. Ben and J-Lo. Like, what the heck is going on with those two? It's like they're selling their home. We keep hearing reports about the same thing over and over and over. It's like, I don't think they're still together anymore. I'm gonna pull a few cards for an update. This should be quick, you guys. If y'all don't care, just elevator music through this. But I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like so curious about why this is even still going on with the two of them. Sometimes it seems like they want to get back together. Different T channels have been making videos about them. And then I'm like, okay, anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling, pull a card. What's going on with Ben and J-Lo as of today? As of now. Seven of Cups. Okay, a lot of choices. This is not a straight answer. This is like very much we're zigzagging. We don't know. Like maybe we're trying to reconcile. Maybe we want to have an open relationship. Like I'm saying this is like all the choices. They're not ruling anything out at this point. Huh. This is surprising. Okay, so there's like not a clear-cut answer right now. Anything else about them? Or okay. Okay, hold on. So since they have all these choices, they're in a state of flux. This is not, set in stone. I don't even think they know what they want to do. Let's pull a card for J-Lo's intentions and let's pull a card for Ben's intentions to kind of separate out what they're wanting. Let's see. Heat Lifer said there was a comment today that they spent their anniversary apart. Okay, wow. Well, that would pretty much confirm it, right? You're not going to do that unless, it's over, in my opinion. Especially when you have that much money, you could just like fly wherever. Nigel said, how y'all feel about Katie's new song, though? I kind of liked it, Nigel. Like, I thought it was fun, but I am a sucker for anything that's like pop and like fun. And I can like, it's got a little beat you can dance to. I'll like put it on while I run and it was nostalgic for me because it's Katy Perry. So I liked it, but I mean, I don't think it was like a masterpiece or anything. Um, but I thought it was fun. I liked it, to be honest. It made me sad when they were like saying that she worked with Dr. Luke and stuff. I was like, womp womp. Okay. How does JLo feel in the situation? Why are we getting all the same cards tonight? Dang, guys, everybody's working hard. But the astrology this week was pretty intense, like I said. So I feel like a lot of these people who are in a situation where we are reading them, um, they might just be on like a similar wavelength because they're kind of dealing with the downside of the astrological currents, if you will. But Eight of Pentacles, she's working really hard. What is she working hard on her marriage or is she working hard on her career? Because both have been taking a big dip, you know? What is she working hard on? Eight's also power. So she's trying to regain power through hard work. With what? That card was flipped over. Oops. Okay. So stray card. What is she working hard on? Her anxiety. Dang. Okay. Nine of Swords. Oh my God. I mean, how could you not? You know, Venus is in Leo right now, which is why I think Shawn Mendes, is getting his wish of being able to spend some time with Camila Cabello. Also, Ben and JLo were both Leos. So while Venus is in Leo, I could see that being a time period where they really are like reevaluating and deciding, is this really, really what we want to do? Because that gives a little bit more, beauty and a little more like just it makes everything a little bit more pleasant. Rose colored glasses go back on, and they both are, Venus, Leo suns. So with Venus right there with their sun, it's like they're kind of glowing a little bit, even though neither really seems to be experiencing a lot of the upside of that transit, which is weird. Um, but she is working on her anxiety, working hard on her anxiety, on her worries, on her fears. All right, I'm going to leave it there. What about Ben? What is his current energy? Oh my God. Sage says, Nigel felt outside of the visuals, it felt a little dated. That's totally Sage. So I was like, it was like nostalgic. Nostalgic, also AKA dated. Almost like she's stuck in a comfort zone or something. But it was definitely a fun time. Couldn't agree more, Sage. Okay, how does it Ben feel? Knight of Pentacles in reverse. This is my like slow and steady wins the race. Like this is someone who's very serious about you. So this is telling me that at one time he was showing up like in earnest with this pentacle, wanting to build a future, wanting to build a life with her. And that was truly his intention. Now that it's in the reverse, though, this shows that he really has had a change of heart and mind. So I think that he's really, really done. I think that the decisions and the choices are coming from I think she's making it really hard for this to end. Eight of Pentacles, I think she's really working on her anxiety, but also really working on trying to maybe regain control of the situation in some way. That could be through money because we have Pentacles here. We don't have a lot of like touchy-feely information. We have Seven of Cups, which is like the least feely cups card. This is more of like conflicted emotions. And I think the conflict is that she's very stressed about this. She doesn't want it to end. And I think he has really come to terms with the fact that this is not what he wants anymore. So I don't think that there's anything you can do when someone is, made up their mind. I think she has to just let it go, stop trying to pursue the eight energy, stop trying to work on it and just find peace with actually letting it go. And maybe that is a life lesson for JLo. Maybe that's what she's working on is learning that there really are some things out of our control. I think in her life, a lot of the time she has been able to like turn situations into what she wants because she is a hard worker. She is a Leo. Um, she you got to give her props for starting at the very bottom in her career without any connections. Like she really has created a lot for herself. I feel like she needs to know that though. Like she needs to accept that and like have a little bit more gratitude for where she's at now and stop trying to like get more. I think that's where it's backfiring. Oh my lord. Okay, let's see. What are you guys saying? Okay, wait. Ooh, hold on. Beth is talking about chaos. Beth says, Sage Moon, you'll be shocked by a few things. Chaos, Charles Manson, the CIA, the truth about the 60s. The title is crazy, but the book is eye-opening. Ooh, interesting, Beth. So this is about like different like murderers and things and the way that things were just very chaotic with the CIA back in the 60s. Very interesting. Huh. Okay, let's see. I interviewed a few days ago, or was it yesterday? Was it 2 days ago? Was it yesterday? Guys, this week has been a blur. That's how I experienced the chaotic energy of this past week. It's just been kind of like a blur, like a lot happening. Have you guys seen that Hulu documentary Mastermind with Dr. What am I? Hold on. I am like losing my little mind right now. I was gonna say Mary because Michael was calling her that earlier. Hold on, let me pull up my notes. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Oh my god. It's with Dr. Burgess. Yes. Okay, here's what it was called. I don't really tell you the wrong stuff. So I interviewed Dr. Ann Burgess, who's a renowned psychiatric nurse who developed like a lot of the profiling with the FBI for serial killers back before we had any of that like technology. If you guys haven't seen it yet, you have to check out the Hulu documentary Mastermind to Think Like a Killer. I couldn't remember the second part. Um, it's amazing. But I interviewed her for my talk show, but I am going to share the interview on here once it like airs beginning of August. She was so fascinating. So, Beth, I'm kind of on the same wavelength as you are, like with being a little more interested in the true crime things. Anyway, very interesting. Okay. So that's that. Ben and Jayla, we're not too shocked. We did have some really good requests. Let's go into the requests and then I have a couple more notes of just some like influencer crazy stuff that's been happening this week. But let's start with Zendaya fan. So Zendaya fan says, "Can you do a reading on Andrew Garfield's future career since the trailer for We Live in Time came out?" Now, Andrew Garfield, I think he has these like waves of major success, right? And I think he's like riding that wave up again. So, what's going to happen for Andrew Garfield's future career? Beth says, Britt, one thing I just remembered about the Beyonce videos I watched said that when she comes out on her horse, it's because she is trying to make everyone believe she's the best high horse of all. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's like symbolic of being on top. Interesting. Hmm. Sage says, have you watched Netflix show Britt literally got it saved for later? That Netflix show? Oh, wait, which one? Amber, just thank you, Roller Girl. Oh my god. I watched it twice. This is like how much of a blur this week has been. Yes, Sage Moon, I watched it twice. Once when I was just like wanted to watch it because I heard about it. And then after I watched it, it was so good. I reached out to see if I could get an interview with her. And then when the PR people at Hulu said yes, I watched it again the night before I interviewed her because it was just so good. It was so fascinating. She's so inspiring. Like, she's really cool. It's amazing what she was able to create and her poise and strength in a room full of people who were looking at her like she was crazy. She just stood her ground and she brought awareness for victims and like she's just what an inspiring person. That's all I can say. So inspiring. And I'm excited to like share the interview because I really got to ask her some more questions about the documentary. Okay. Andrew Garfield, what's next for him? Let's see his career. What's happening? Two of Wands, the future. Okay, he's excited about the future. This is the wand energy. He's like really looking into the future. What's next? This is probably the first time in a little while he's really been excited about what's coming next. So I think that he is looking forward to this being a successful film. I think he feels really positive about it. What else for Andrew Garfield's career? What is next for him? 10 of Wands, a lot of work. Well, and I will say this, as an actor, though, a lot of work is kind of a good sign because actors can go so long without getting hired for a job that, it's like now this is like hard work, but it's hard work that's like worth it. Like 10 of Wands, this is also known as like the burden worth having card. So I kind of love this for him because this talks about him being very busy, definitely working hard. Wands are passion. He's very passionate about his career, as many actors are. So I think he's actually very much looking forward to seeing a major increase in the work that he does. So, Zendaya fan, if you are a fan of Andrew Garfield, which I assume that you are, you have a lot more content to look forward to. It looks like you're going to be seeing a lot more of him. So that's exciting. Okay. I love that for him. Very nice. Good to see him having like a resurgence with getting a lot more work. Okay. Heat Lifer says, on a happy note, since training starts soon, can you spill the tea on Taylor and Travis and if they will get engaged this summer before he goes back to work, or maybe when she comes back from Europe, from the Europe portion of the tour? Can't wait to see that announcement. Thanks. Okay, thank you for your question, Heat Lifer. Let's see. Let's see what's going on with them. Taylor and Travis. Let's do a specific engagement reading. Roller Girl says, "That's awesome. I watch a bunch of true crime YouTube podcasts with her." Oh, wow. Awesome. Ooh, Roller Girl, if you have any true crime podcasts to recommend, I would love to hear some recommendations from you. Okay. Aw, thanks, Sage Moon. You're so sweet. All right, let's see. Hmm. Taylor and Travis. I want to be sure I connect to it. Engagement. 9 of Pentacles. Okay. This is definitely Taylor. So look, she's like sitting back in her little chair outside. She is enjoying things on vacation. She's sipping her champagne. I'm going to say that the engagement, the entire thing really does revolve around Taylor. Let me get a couple of clarifiers here. Okay. Because the setting could mean a couple of different things. We're trying to get clues as to their engagement, like timeline and like how it will happen, when, where. Let's get a couple of clarifiers. The tower. Okay. Get something to clarify the tower, please. Oh, Lord. The lovers. Okay. Let's get something to clarify that, guys. Temperance. Okay. Oh, all right. You know how sometimes things will seem perfect from the outside? And I'm not saying that they're not amazing and romantic, right? But we're all human. Even Taylor and Travis are human too. Um, Sometimes, even when something's an exciting moment, there can be stress involved. We don't know them. We don't know exactly what goes on behind the scenes. They are not perfect. And every couple has like their disagreements or, their little pain points. To me, this looks like we're talking about their engagement. This looks like Taylor being in a place where she feels very comfortable and confident, feeling really good about her life. Um, the Tower, the Lovers, and the Temperance card, this suggests to me that Travis, I would say he might be wanting to move more quickly with the engagement. She might not be ready just yet, right? Doesn't mean that she won't be in a few months, but I don't think she's ready like today. And I feel like for him, it's hard for him to stay temperate, which is like, really kind of keep things balanced, not go too far, because we have this lovers card. Drop the card, I would drop the tower. And the tower, which is like, having a big change, something major happening. Typically it is negative. he needs to stay temperate. I feel like he needs to calm down. Oh my God, Taylor's song. He needs to calm down. He needs to calm down just a little bit, give her a little more time. And because this lover's card is talking about how kind of like if he doesn't cool it, he might, I'm not saying it will end. I'm just saying he might cause some issues. Let's get a clarifier here. Let's do one card for how he feels, one card for how she feels right now about engagement and like the timing. Okay, one card for how. Oh my God, Sagement says, honestly, Andrew Garfield is so fine to me, y'all. That man know how to dress, LMAO. He is a really good dresser. I will say I do like his style. Sagement's so funny. Okay. Oh man. It sucks. I want to like read what y'all are saying, hang out with you guys, and do this. Okay. Hmm. How does Travis feel about the engagement? Okay, they're like just not wanting to come out. Okay. Four of Cups, disappointment. Okay, yeah. He really wants to like do this now. Like if it were up to him, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, he would have like proposed during the summer. Like you know how he went on stage and all of that, and that was supposedly his idea. I would say that like if if it would have been okay, he would have just proposed right there on stage. Like, literally, like, now, right then, that day, whenever. He's like, "Tell me a time and place, and I'm ready to do it." And that's why the cards are talking about him needing to be just a little bit more temperate. He has to remember that even though they, like I think they really know that they wanna be together, and, they're getting a little older, so a lot of the times when you're a little older, when you meet, you get married more quickly. But I feel like she's just not quite ready. She's, like, got a couple more things to do first, wants to finish this tour, um, you know, and then I think she would be open to it. So, let's see if we can get some cards to, like, back that up. Let's see if the cards will back that up. That's just, like, my feeling from that. But and he needs to maybe try not to be so disappointed about it, like, still look at what you do have. That's what this is, looking at what you don't have instead of what you do have. Like, stay temperate, stay positive. It will happen. It just has to kind of like keep it together a little bit. Which is sweet. I mean, I'd rather someone be like that than, running for the hills or like being non-committal. Any more information about Taylor and how she would feel about getting engaged or what her thoughts are in general about that? Three of Wands. Okay, she's like looking into the future about it. Now, because of the nature of this question, I would say she thinks like within 3 months would be good. I don't know why. But like what's happening in 3 months? Like he wants to do it like right now. Does her tour end in 3 months? Like, yeah, like, but this is definitely a yes card. This is a three. This is emotion. This is, passion. This is looking at the future. I would say soon, but just not today. And like really soon, because I would say this would be 3 months, not 3 years. So I think this is like, yeah, within the next like 3 months, she'd be open to it. But I think he wanted to do it like in the summer. And she was like, just give it a little more time, like just a little pump the brakes. Any other info that she has or that we have on her about those feelings? Then I'm gonna check back in with you guys. Kari says, I think they're engaged. He wants marriage and she wants to enjoy the moment. Kari, I could totally see that. Because before when I read them, I was feeling like either they're engaged already or they're about to. Um, so this could easily be interpreted rather than they're like him wanting to get engaged. It could be interpreted as they're engaged and this could be about the marriage and like actually walking down the aisle now or enjoying the moment. I totally agree with that. Yeah, that could 1000% be the case. But this is just the emotions behind it. Um, anything else about how she's feeling about this? TJ says some girls have a time of year they prefer to get engaged in. Okay, yeah, maybe it has some significance to her. We know she's very much about like numbers, like number 13, like different things. Maybe there's something about in 3 months that she feels like that timing is very, you know, I don't know, something special to her personally. Anything else about Taylor? The high priestess. Okay, yeah, she's, like, in a very spiritual place, she's feeling good. This is, like, the first time that she's ever really felt, I think, just fully, like, embodied in, like, just who she is on, like, a spiritual level as well. So this is someone who's, like, really feeling like they are living their life authentically. This is someone who, but this is spiritual. This isn't, like, even about the material world anymore. So I feel like she's very much, like, thinking about this in terms of, like, this is great, and, like, we don't need to rush things, and, like, feeling like she's really in a good place. And I think that it almost bugs her a little bit that he's wanting to push things. She's just like, "But we're so happy, like, let's just be happy." And maybe he just is still kinda working through some of that stuff. She seems like she really has conquered, like, needing to get money and fame. She kinda has everything, So the high priestess is like, I'm not striving for material things right now. I'm feeling good. And I think she's just kind of in a zened out place, if you will, you know? All right, let's see. What are you guys saying? Let's scroll back up here. See if what I missed. Al says, hi Al. Al says, hi Britt, have you done Camila and Shawn? I'm actually interested what their career would be like separately. To be honest, I think their prime time is over and wonder what tarot tea can tell us. Thanks. All right. Thank you for the request out. So we did do a reading, or I did a reading on the channel about their like rumored, getting back together or being spotted together thing, but I didn't read their careers. So sure, let's see what's going to happen with their careers separately. So first, let's see what is coming for Shawn Mendes, what's developing for him in the next 6 months within his career. What will be happening for him? The Empress. Okay. Let's pull a clarifier. Oh, that was weird. Okay. I'm not going to take it though. It kind of like jumped, but I'm not going to take it. It'll come back if it was meant to come out. Shawn Mendes' career the next 6 months. Let's get another clarifier for the Empress. Mm. Every time I do a reading on Shawn, every single time, you guys, without fail, there is some lady in his life, some feminine energy who is like hanging around being shady. And I don't know why. Every reading, every single, and it's not Camila. I just got goosebumps on my face. So confirming it. There's just somebody weird. I don't get it. I feel like Shawn, he's very open, and I think that sometimes he might have to learn, or like you might have to learn this lesson that not everybody that you think is a good person actually is a good person. And I hate to say that because that sounds so cynical, but I mean, that's life. Like, I mean, heck, speaking of, Dr. Burgess and like that documentary, watching that twice and interviewing her, it made me realize just how much, there are real people out there who are like serial killers and stuff. I'm not saying that's what this person is who's around Shawn, but it's like sometimes we have to stay in reality and stay grounded. Remember that not everybody has the good intentions that you may have for them, right? And that's what this is. There's a person in his life the next 6 months, and this is career too, who somehow is going to be involved in his career even. Okay, what about his music? Is he going to be doing well musically? I know that he's having some kind of comeback as well. How is Shawn Mendes like his comeback? How's that all going to go for him? Will it be successful? Why did this stuff come up about that person still being around? How is it going to go? 10 of Swords in the reverse. This is an ending, but in the reverse. Let me get a clarifier. The Hermit. And why? Why? Well, he is a Pisces North Node, actually. So he is learning to be more like spiritual and like let go more in this life, like let go and kind of like let go and let God, let it go, let it flow. Like all of these would be good mantras for Shawn to remember. Because he tends to like to, control things or make things perfect. Virgo South Node. And I can say that as a Virgo sun, Sage Moon. I mean, we know, right? But yeah, he has to, like, let go of the details, let go of all those things. I think that in the future, something with his career, he is gonna feel like a certain chapter is over, and he's gonna go back into another period of, like, self-discovery. Now, this doesn't mean that he's gonna fail. I think that he might just realize that certain things that used to work, like, maybe it's different songs, like a certain genre. He's definitely gonna be in creative mode behind the scenes. This is also the Virgo card, interestingly enough. Um, so maybe he's really working through his South Node and he's doing this in his career. Anything else about his career? Oh my God, cards are flipping. Anything else about his career? Sean's career when he does his like comeback. The world reversed. I think there are going to be some disappointing elements about this comeback. I do, unfortunately. What? Okay. Yeah, I mean, judgment reversed. I think that he's still kind of a work in progress right now, and aren't we all? I get it. I will say this, whoever's around him that keeps coming out as someone who's like shady, this 7 of swords, like so sneaky, so creepy. He thinks that they're an empress, but they're not. They are very shady and sneaky. And I don't like that this came out when asking about his career because this is almost like someone interfering, being in his ear, telling him, like, oh, like, I don't know, like if you're in a place you feel suggestible or stressed out, sometimes you're more open to others' advice. I could see him being open to someone's advice and it not being good advice, and maybe making decisions about his career, about his songs, about what he puts out there that it doesn't end up being very, very good for him. It's not exactly what he really, wanted for himself. So maybe he needs to just be more authentic and listen to himself more in his music as well. And again, we have free will. So hopefully he'll shift into that energy and then be extremely successful with his comeback. Definitely have positive vibes for him. I want him to do well, but if not, I think it will be due to, what this reading said, listening to others instead of yourself, because he is a great artist. He needs to just trust himself. Nigel, what do you think? What do you think about his comeback? Have you heard anything about Sean's new music or I don't know, what are your thoughts? And what about Camila? What's the future of her career looking like in the next 6 months? The Chariot, Mars, passionate. She's gonna keep pushing. I mean, Camila's gonna keep it pushing. What else? Clarify Camila. Knight of Pentacles, an offer of finances, financial backing. This isn't a romance reading, so and I don't think that this is like a romantic thing, but I do think that she's gonna get some sort of offer that's very grounded and positive. And I don't know, like obviously, like what her contract is or whatever with her current label, but it looks like there's something very positive happening, like maybe a bigger advancement to produce some new videos, but there's something that's giving her even more energy. I think she's going to do really well. What else about Camila's career? Six of Pentacles, gifts. Yeah, really positive. People are gonna be giving her things in the industry. She's gonna be working with the right collaborators. Like, she's just in a flow state right now. She really is. And I gotta say, for Shawn, it's just his personal stuff that keeps interfering with his career. And I get it, that happens. Hopefully, he'll, like, work that out so that he can experience the success that we know he's capable of? But thank you for that request, Al. Okay, Al says it's probably having to do with his culty environment, the 7 of swords. Oh, yes, 7, spirit number, spiritual number. Totally, Al. Agreed. I didn't even think of that part. So, ooh, is that like spiritual deception then? I always think of it as just the deception card, but yeah. Oh my gosh. That is, see, no wonder it gives me the ick. That is the worst kind of deception. Patty says that has to be the chiropractor. I think you're right because she is like, she's has like some kind of spiritual kind of thing that she talks about. And I don't even, is she a real doctor? I thought she wasn't. But she calls herself a doctor. It's just, yeah, it's giving culty weird, right? And I think you're right. I think it's her. I really do. Roller Girl says, is he a people pleaser? It feels like it. It really feels like it from this reading specifically. Hmm. Cecilia says you had a negative reading about Shawn and the chiropractor. Yep. I think it's got to be her again. She just keeps popping up every single time. Heat Lifer, wonder if that's the older woman. See, everybody, you guys, we're all having the same little intuitive hit. So I'm going to say, yep. Tracy, it's probably Dr. Jocelyn. Shawn spends a lot of time with her. See, and if all of our intuitions are like saying the same thing, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, I'm going to give that a little bit of credence, gotta say. Okay, so I had another request that I saw like later on. So it's not on my little printout, but I am going to read it here. So Scott Ray said, this is so sweet. Hi, Britt. Love your channel. Have been waiting all week for you to post. I haven't been able to catch you live since I have to be up early, but I was wondering if you could do a reading on Terrell Davis. He's a retired NFL player who was wrongfully arrested on a United Airlines flight in front of his family and is yet to receive an apology from the airline. Thank you. God bless. Thank you, Scott. That was such a nice request, and that just really touches my heart. Thank you for loving to spill the tea with us. And this is a really important story and a really good request. So I watched a CNN interview with Terrell Davis and his wife right before I came on here, just to kind of like get up to speed with things. And I had not heard of this because I just had like head down, working on like interviews and research and all this stuff. So I haven't even like watched the news, anything like that. So I'm glad that, this request came through. Thank you, Scott. I am appalled. Have you guys heard of this? I'm appalled. So basically, this man was on a flight with his family. They have 5 children. So his wife is kind of like in another little area with the other kids. She had her headphones on, and he was sitting with, I think, like 3 of his sons. And this flight attendant walks by, a gentleman flight attendant. And he said that his son had asked for a cup of water, and the flight attendant, the guy, hadn't heard him. So he just went and like tapped him, like, oh, because he was moving past, and he tapped him and he said, "Excuse me, like, can my son get a cup of water?" And the flight attendant was like, "Don't hit me." Like, oh my God, like acted like he had like hit him. And Terrell said that there was a gentleman sitting in front of him who turned around and said, like, "Are you kidding me? Like, I saw that. Like, you didn't do that." So the guy brings him the cup of ice. The flight continues. We don't hear anything about it. He's just going about his business, not thinking anything of it. Then when they land, there's like a commotion. They have to like stay in their seats. Everybody's thinking that it's like some sort of medical emergency. Well, then the FBI, someone with like a big FBI on their chest, like walks in, and he's walking down the aisles. And Terrell Davis obviously is not thinking this has anything to do with him. But the guy walks right up to him, stops right in front of him, and says something to the effect of, like, "Don't fight it, don't make a scene." And he said in that moment he felt powerless, he felt confused, and if this is happening in front of his sons, he was handcuffed, all of this stuff. Well, it turns out that that flight attendant had said that he struck him, that Terrell Davis struck him. And luckily, there was another witness who was able to corroborate Terrell's story and say, "That's not true. That is not what happened." Basically said exactly what happened, and other passengers were able to confirm. And so basically, it's just this one flight attendant was able to create this whole scenario and situation. And so now he's like doing interviews. And I guess United Airlines really hasn't done much to make it right. So, okay, we'll pull a couple cards and see what the future of that situation will be. I mean, absolutely horrible. Can you imagine? And they were going to Disneyland with the kids. So then they ended up having to like leave. They didn't even make it to Disneyland. It was like a whole thing. Craziness. Sage says, "What? Oh my gosh, Sage. Yeah, Google it. You'll be like, it's shocking. It's awful. It's absolutely awful." But you know what? He's speaking out about it. He and his wife, they are going around hitting up the different news stations, Good Morning America, getting a lot of coverage. So I do think that this is going to end up in hopefully changing some of the rules. It sucks that this is how change happens sometimes. It's just like so many injustices. Like this week, I really do feel like the spotlight is on all of the karmic things that need to be exposed. Um, okay. Just anything, I don't know even what to ask about this. Let's just see what comes through. Maybe about the airline. Maybe about just I don't know. Mm, 6 of Wands reverse, best friend of the year card reverse. Yeah, that person was not a friend. Okay. That person, I mean, if this is the best friend card, this is basically like an enemy. If this is in reverse. So that person who said that was basically an enemy, that I think that's real. That makes sense. Would be considered an enemy for sure. Anything else about the situation or how it will be hopefully made right? Hopefully United Airlines will do a little more than say, we're going to look into the flight attendant. I think that's where they're at now. The sun reverse. Like the opposite of happiness. So feeling very sad, feeling very upset. Obviously, I think that's how he feels. Also, the sun card is like our solar plexus chakra, our will, our seat of like, feeling motivated and powerful and like wanting to move forward. And he said that he didn't feel powerful. He felt totally disempowered in that moment. And like there was really nothing he could do but comply and try not to make a scene, that it was embarrassing. The sun, the Leo card, it's like a positive spotlight. This would be like a negative spotlight for sure. Oh, man, I think he's going through it. Okay, is there any way that this is going to be turned into something positive? Like, will changes be made? Will United Airlines step up and try to make things right? Will a greater conversation result from this? Oh, okay. I'm going to take it because I'll just take it. 3 of Cups. Multiple people celebrating. Hopefully, this is his family. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. I think so. Things are gonna turn in their favor. Okay, well, are they gonna, like, get money from this? Like, maybe they'll file a lawsuit, like a discrimination thing, because that's what he was talking about. He felt like it was very much about his skin color. Queen of Cups. Okay, so his wife, who was there with him through all the interviews, she was so lovely, and she really was, like, standing up for him and saying a lot of really positive things, just very, like, poised and strong. I think that she's actually gonna come up with a really good idea that is gonna help them turn this situation in their favor. They're gonna take lemons and they're gonna make lemonade, and that could be from spreading the word and helping to change policies. That could be from filing a lawsuit and getting some sort of payout. But I definitely think that they are not going to let this situation and this suffering like go in vain. They're going to turn it around. And I could totally see that. So I like that. That's some positivity. So thank you, Scott, for that request. And when you see this, I hope you enjoy it. I hope that makes you feel better. So now it's very upsetting. Sage Moon says, "Ain't United Airlines always and some stuff like this, what they've got going on." Yeah, let's pull some cards on United Airlines. What is wrong with you? That's the question. What the heck is wrong with United Airlines? It's like Emperor card, like some jerk. Okay, let's see. Why did the flight attendant do that? Gigi, that's exactly what Terrel said. The CNN anchor interviewing him was like, "What would you say if you could speak to that flight attendant?" And he said, "I would just ask him why. And then I would say, also, you need to explain it to my sons and my daughter." Like, I think it was just his sons. Doesn't he just have sons? Anyway, my children, why you did that. Because they were traumatized and they were supposed to be going and having a fun Disneyland vacation. Um, so yeah, he said he wanted to know why. Okay, what's wrong with United Airlines? Allegedly for entertainment purposes. 3 of Wands. They are thinking about the future too much. That gives like a head in the clouds, literally and figuratively. Like not always caring about what's really going on. This is like kind of thinking about big picture. It's giving lots of capitalism, which we're not super surprised by that. 9 of Pentacles wanting to make themselves happy. Feeling like they're sitting pretty. Kind of like we don't really have to do anything because we're doing well. 8 of Swords. A prison of their own making, though. I think that this is going to be coming for them as a result of this. When you just kind of don't care about what's really happening in the day-to-day operations of your business, and you kind of just want to go on vacation. You're just like enjoying all of the positive things, but you're not really like building a strong foundation, eventually you're going to start to get really stressed out. Things are going to start to go wrong. And this is the prison of their own making, though. This is like things that they've done that are coming back to them. 8 is power. They may be the one feeling disempowered at some point. The magician. Yeah. I mean, I think that things are changing over there for them because to get the magician with the 8 of swords, this is like, and then the wife got the wheel of fortune reversed. Yeah. I think that things are changing. Things are going to change for them. I don't think that they're going to love it, but I think that justice and karma is definitely going to be working with them. We'll just say that. I think that's good. I like that. Okay. Sage said, good, glad they'll make out good. Yeah. I'm Googling and saw an article that they're considering legal action. I love it. I hope they do it. If they do, I think it's going to be very positive. We'll see. Yeah. See how United feels then. For real, though, Sage. Gigi says, of course, they need to take legal action. They got the FBI involved. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, there's Lawyer Moog. Guess he woke up for a second. Okay. Let's see. We have a couple more requests. Let's see. User GS something said, can you do a reading on Shawn and Camila? Are they going to be reunited? Okay. I think that this was posted before I posted the other one about the other reading about like Shawn and Camila. So check that one out if you guys want to know about them in depth. I did a whole reading on them getting together at the Copa America, and it's pretty juicy. So that's where you can find that. Lee D77 said, can you do a reading on Kendall Jenner and Bad Bunny? They're back together now since the Met Gala in May. Okay. So yes. This is the weirdest thing to me because the last time I read them, I got a reading that it was like fake, that they were not reuniting. Other people have said, allegedly, that both of them are actually like into the same sex and that they are only dating as like a beard, which I think is very strange, especially like in this day and age and they have money and power. Like, just come out, just be yourself. Like, I don't get that. I don't think people but whatever, maybe they feel that for some reason because they've been discriminated against. I don't know, but it's not giving real, okay? I don't know. It doesn't feel real to me, but maybe it is. Who knows? You know? Sometimes only the two people involved actually know. So let's just pull a card for what is going on with Bad Bunny and Kendall Jenner. What is going on for these two? 4 of Swords, healing. Okay, I'm going to pull a couple before I interpret them all together. Healing. Sage says, thanks for looking on whatever mess United Airlines got going on. You're welcome. Thanks for asking, Sage Moon. Stick it to him. We'll spill that hot tea all over him. Beth says, during COVID, people on flights acted terrible towards flight attendants, so they got the ability to report bad behavior in order to feel empowered. Oh, the pendulum swung too far and needs correction. Beth, truer words have never been spoken. That makes so much sense. Yeah. Oh my God, Sage Moon, not us both saying this makes so much sense. Don't get two Virgos in a room or in a chat. We'll say the same stuff. Beth, thank you for the perspective. Yeah, definitely. This guy was just on a power trip. He had a bad day, I guess, and decided to do that. Okay. Maybe he was jealous of this guy and his beautiful family. I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird. Doesn't make sense. So 4 of Swords, healing for Kendall and Bad Bunny. What else do we get for them with their supposed the star card? Sorry, guys. I feel this so much. I feel this is a PR thing so much. Allegedly for entertainment purposes. And also, I wouldn't be surprised if they took it really, really, really far. Remember when Kim Kardashian got married for like 27 days to Chris Humphries and it was on People Magazine and they used it for the Kardashian show? I feel like so much of what they do in the public eye really is about staying relevant and their star power. I don't know. Are they healing the situation for the public eye only? I would say yes, but I don't know. Okay. So Let's pull one card for how Bad Bunny feels about Kendall. Let's get serious. Sage says, Vergang. Yes, Vergang forever. Lawyer Moke, sorry, y'all. I'm worn out this week. Oh my gosh, I already told him. Glad to see you guys are still sipping tea. Ask Brett about the Yeti wine cups. I'm trying to wait, what? Trying to get made for you guys. Oh yeah. Yeah, Michael got me this, you guys. Like it says in the cards and stars. Can you see it's like glaring really bad? For the podcast. And he talked to the people who do the printing, and they are going to make some like tea style cups that are Yeti. So it's like keeps things cold or hot or whatever. But it's, I don't know, I'll show you guys when they come in. But on one side, it's going to say in the cards and stars. On the other side, it's going to say like tarot tea time. Anyway, I'm really excited about it. And they're going to make a couple just like gift to us, which is so nice, or gift to me, but to share on here, I guess, on the screen. But then hopefully if they're good and we like them, like this might be one of the first merch items. But anyway, okay. Flipping the cards. Got too excited. Back to bed for me. That's good. That's good. Aw. Okay, how does Bad Bunny feel about Kendall? Allegedly. Queen. He sees her as a queen of swords. Guys, this does not feel romantic at all. I think that maybe she hurt him because look, we have healing, 4 of swords, and then we have he's just the queen of swords. So 4 of swords is about healing. Queen of swords is someone who is very straightforward. I kind of think I even got this for her the last time that I did a reading on them. She's very, like, kind of abrasive, to be honest, but this is someone who is in control and who is able to, like, cut things off, say what they mean. It's blunt, it's straightforward, sometimes kind of protective, like self-protective, but this is how he sees her. This is not like a Queen of Cups or a Queen of Wands. It's not, like, romantic. He kinda sees her as like a boss, you know? Um, Not like his boss, but like a boss energy, like someone who's very like, in control of their own life, and you kind of can't mess with them, you know, that energy. It just doesn't seem like sweet and tender. Okay, how does Kendall feel about Bad Bunny? Allegedly. Roller girl, big eyes. Uh, how does Kendall feel about Bad Bunny? Or how does she see him? How does she see him, or like how does she feel about him? 6 of Pentacles. Like, he does something for her, like, this is, like, giving someone gifts, like, maybe he buys her things, but this still feels kind of opportunistic. Let me get another one, to clarify how she sees him. 2 of Swords. Let me get one more clarifier how she sees him. Guys, this is, like, not it's not, I'm telling you, I do not think it's real. I really don't. Knight of Swords, more swords, but in reverse. Okay, so get this. Allegedly, for entertainment purposes, she sees him as someone who, like, can do something for her. I think the gifts that he brings her, she's in the press more when she's with him. I think there's more intrigue to her. It gives her sort of a different type of clout, a different type of edge, a sort of mystery about her. She's very careful and has been very careful to keep her name somewhat separated from the Kardashians. She wants to be Kendall Jenner. Like, she does not want to be associated with them. She has her tequila brand. She's not trying to do makeup. She considers herself, and she is a high fashion model. She wants to be a model, have a tequila brand, a self-proclaimed horse girl, self-proclaimed tomboy. It's like, it's giving like, I'm cooler than my family. Like, I'm not like them. I'm different. And I think that for her, she sees that he gives her another sort of point of difference that makes her like stand out and gives her like cool factor. Just what I feel. But she also sees him as this 2 of Swords and this Knight of Swords in reverse. Now, with her coming through as a Queen of Swords, powerful, in control, articulate, maybe a little bit manipulative at times if she really wants something. The Knight of Swords, this is somebody who usually is very like willing to get what they want, clear thinking, driven. But in reverse, this is like mixed with this Two of Swords, it's like confused. She sees him for some reason as confused. Or maybe she's able to confuse him or able to control him, allegedly. Allegedly. It's like, it's so bad. Hold on. Okay, Claire says, I love how it gets juicy, and then you say allegedly for entertainment purposes. You have to, Claire. We got to cover our backs. Oh my God. Claire, totally. Well, and with Michael being a lawyer, he's always careful to be like, hey, just in case. So I've been trained. Oh my God. Okay, what are you guys saying? Sage Moon says they're both giving you're here, and that's better than not having anyone vibes. Yes, totally. It's like we'll just be like attached to one another. It's good for the star card energy. And who knows what they're doing behind the scenes? Like they may still be living their own lives. I feel like this is very much about their public image, for sure. Gigi says there's been rumors about her for a while. I've heard those too. Roller Girl says, do they hook up? With a little like giggling face. Okay, do they hook up? Let's see. Roller Girl, this one's for you. Heat Lifer says, I liked her with Devin Booker. I think that Penny D also did. Penny D also said that too. Yep. I know. I thought that felt real. But I think he was like cheating and stuff. So that's not good. So if Devin Booker was cheating, I'm glad that she left. But yeah. Do they hook up, Roller Girl? Do they hook up? Temperance. No. And if they do, it's very lukewarm. I mean, this is literally temperate. Like it is not spicy. There is no heat. Oh my God. This kind of cracks me up that this was the card. Temperance. Oh my God. It's giving, yeah, lukewarm energy. Anything else about that question? Do they hook up? Not healing again. Four of Swords. This is such a drag. I'm sorry. This little situationship or whatever this is, it just feels like a drag. Because I don't even think they're healing something really that real. It's like the healing card came up with the star card. So I feel like maybe they're kind of like healing each other's public image, but maybe, I don't know. It just seems very surface, temperance and healing. Anything else about that? Do they hook up? Best friend of the year awards. I'm going to say no, guys. They are friends. I think they're friends, and maybe the healing comes from that's intellectual healing. Maybe the healing comes from them really being friends and being able to like have good conversations about things, and maybe they understand each other. So it makes them feel seen, which is great. But temperance and the best friend card, I would say definitely they do not hook up. Yeah, I just don't think they do. Okay. Sage Moon says it's kind of giving asexual. Yes. Yes, it is. I wonder if they just like being around each other or are comfortable with each other. Yes. I think so too. And if that's the case, good for them. Great. Hopefully they are good friends. And Beth says, LMAO, rate your face when you pull temperance. I know. I can't hide it. I can't hide it. Oh, you're welcome, Lee. Thank you for the request. That was a good one. That was very spicy. I mean, that was spicy when we pulled it, but their love life isn't too spicy. Okay. That's all the requests. Was there anything else on my list? Okay. There is something else on my list. Hopefully you guys know who this is, because this is like, we're going to get into a little bit of influencer tea before we go. And this is just me kind of indulging myself. So please just go on this ride with me. So remember how, wait, no, that was the teriyaki tea. Okay. Teriyaki tea. Okay. So more influencer tea though. More people have been exposed. I'm sure you guys have heard about this if you're like on YouTube and stuff. The Cody Co thing that has blown up even more. We did talk about that in our last live stream, like 2 weeks ago. But it was just like, I don't know. It was just a lot going on there. That's blown up. And I just put everyone has been exposed. Okay, it's the astrology. But the other situation that is kind of like similar yet different, I feel like there's just been like this string of men who have like done women wrong getting exposed. And it all kind of started with that trend of who the F did I marry? And you guys have probably also heard about how Brooke Schofield, who was with Clinton Kane, I have it on my list to do a dedicated video about it. And I think I'm going to this week. But long story short, she dated this guy. He ended up being a like pathological liar, like told her all of these things, like that his parents had passed away. He said that he was from Australia and he wasn't like, and it's everywhere. You guys, I'm sure y'all like seen it, heard about it. I mean, it's just been crazy. Oh my God, you guys are so funny. Your comments right now are killing me. Mm. Thank you, Sage Moon. Sage Moon's buckled up for the ride. Thank you, Sage Moon. I can count on you. It's gonna be a bumpy one. Okay, so long story short, she ends up exposing this guy. And the only reason she did it was because he was releasing a new single and he actually went on, I think it was TikTok, and he made this video and he said something like, when your ex of 2 years won't stop yapping, like you're totally over it. Well, she's kept quiet for a really long time about everything that he did, all the lies, all the cheating. It all came out and she has all the receipts. But when he said this, it was something that just kind of like, she was like, now that's just gone too far. Now you're acting like you're over it and that I'm yapping. So anyway, she was like, well, here's the truth. She lays it out in this multi-series post on TikTok and she exposes him completely. All the lies, the fact that his mom is actually really alive, that he's not from Australia, like all this stuff, okay? And all these women that have come forward that he was cheating with. And he also gaslit her, was very manipulative, emotionally abusive. It was like just horrible. Glad that she made it out okay. All right. So there's this other guy named Zach Sang who has a show called The Zach Sang Show. And that's on YouTube. And he's like, very much has this energy of like clean cut and like everybody's friend and like so nice. Well, she then exposes him as well. I'm telling you, the karma is out right now. Um, she ends up telling everybody that during that time when she was going through that, she talked to him and turned to him for like comfort, Zach saying, and she asked him not to put it on his show, not to talk about it. She was really just coming to him as a friend. And he ended up using the story, going against her wishes and exposing the story and being the one to break it with Tana Mojo, her friend and podcast co-host, who she was kind of cornered. She didn't mean to do that. He asked the questions pointedly and then it was just exposed. Anyway, so now people are turning on him as well. So I'm going to pull some cards and I want to see what is going on with Clinton Kane and then what's going on with Zach Sang. All right. And weird that their names rhyme. Okay, what did you guys say? Sage Moon, yo, that Clinton Kane and Brooke stuff is wild. It really is. It really is. TJ says, what is your Venus sign? Scorpio. Scorpio Venus. It's like whenever I say that to someone, I'm like, yes, I am an intense person. Okay. Beth says, damn, that is crazy. Sage Moon says, totally kind of makes me wonder if she tries to separate herself so much from her sisters because of how sexualized they are. Oh, so maybe she's not actually asexual. She's just trying to be that way. That's interesting, Sage Moon. Like it's a PR, type of thing to keep her image separate. That would make sense. Love it. What's yours, TJ? Okay. So why did Clinton Kane do this? Okay. I didn't mean to take it here, but we're going to take it here. Why did Clinton Kane do this? What is going on? And by the way, after watching Mastermind it twice, I'm like, Brooke needs to be careful. Like now that this is all out, like she needs to stay away from him because he was giving a little bit of like I don't know, someone who could snap, It's just weird. Someone to lie that much. Okay. What was going on? Why did he do this? I don't know. Anything that could possibly come out about him. Just see what the tarot T could possibly say about him. 3 of Wands. Similar to United Airlines, very much about being ungrounded, looking towards the future. That makes sense. I think he really wanted to make it in this industry. Wands, that's all about, leading with the wands. That's one thing, but also it's like passion, wanting to be successful. TJ says yes. And then on their Patreon, they expose that Zach is always spilling Ariana's business. Oh my God. Are you serious, TJ? See, he is not a good friend. Being exposed. Everyone is getting exposed. A Cancer Venus. Oh my God, that's a good one. Well, they're all good ones. Just when I say Scorpio Venus, like it has such a bad reputation that I'm like, oh, but Cancer Venus, that is so sweet. That's a good one. Go water sign Venuses. You got the T. Yes, totally, TJ. Okay. Nine of Cups, just thinking about himself for Clinton. Yeah. Thinking about himself, Nine of Cups, totally. What's interesting is that was one of the things, allegedly, for entertainment purposes, that Dr. Burgess said in the interview, little preview, when I was asking her about serial killers and how to stay safe and different things keep from, I don't know, try to prevent something bad happening. What can we do to be more vigilant or whatever? And she said that she was like, well, it's good to keep in mind that it really is always about them. So it's you know, you got to be aware, you got to be careful, but also remember that it's them. It's their mindset. They're doing it because it's who they are. And you have to keep yourself very separate from it. And sometimes she said the best thing you do is get a German shepherd. And she has anyway, this is what this feels like to me though, what she said. It's it really is them. It's they do these things because it's who they are. Um and that's kind of what this is. This is Nine of Cups. This is this is who he is. He thinks about himself first, last, in the middle. When he goes to bed at night, when he wakes up, he thinks about himself. And Three of Wands, this is thinking about his future. Passionate, thinking that he has opportunities, ungrounded, capitalism, very, United Airlines, which is going to now be synonymous with being a jerk. I just think, yeah, he's in his United Airlines era and he wants to just get what he wants and he just doesn't really care. It's he just doesn't even, it doesn't cross his mind. That is scary. That's very detached. That's crazy. Okay. And I will do a deep dive on it. So I'm going to leave it there. I just wanted to kind of pull a little touch on it and just see what comes through. And then what about Zach saying, seems like his karma is really coming due because Brooke exposed him. Oh, the other thing she said was that she was feeling like she was so low and she also, has um BPD, which she talks about and I think brings awareness to, which I think is great. And at the time she was unmedicated and she's medicated now and she's been on a mental health journey that she's been very open about. And I think that's great. And but she said that at the time he was one of her closest friends, Zach Sang, when she was going through this. And she was really struggling. It was triggering her mental illness. And she really was feeling like she may, unalive herself or something, which so horrible and so sad. And she said that she found out that he put on his story that he had sent Phineas, the guy that's Billie Eilish's brother who produces all the music with her. He had sent him a bouquet of flowers and it said on the card, "Just because." And she was like, "That's really when it hit me that oh," and he wouldn't text her back. She was, "That's really when it hit me. He's not a friend. I'm at the lowest point in my life and he won't even text me back. He doesn't even care. And he's sending people that he's not even friends with flowers just because." She was like, "That's when I realized he's so fake." Okay. So I want to pull some cards on Zach saying, what is his motivation? Oh, yeah, and then apparently he gets drunk and talks about Ariana Grande's secrets, and he claims to be her friend. What is going on with Zach saying? What is his psychology? What is he doing? The World card. He feels like he is the mastermind. He is the person with the chess pieces. The World. This is very much feeling like you are powerful, like you have the whole world in your hands. Got to watch out for that. I mean, if you feel like that, Spirit will help you remember really fast that you are not in control. So I think he might be having his little awakening right now. Um, what is going to happen to him as a result of this? Let's do past, present, future. In the past, what was the energy that Zach Sang had around his career, which seems to be the most important thing in his life, just from the outside? Two of Pentacles, juggling, balancing, but feeling a little bit insecure. So there's something about his career. He doesn't feel like it's what we got for Katy Perry. It's like he's right there, but he doesn't feel like he's reached the level and the status that he sees for himself. Um, very much wishing that he was a little higher than he is and feeling like he needs to balance, even though I think he has a really good contract. Like, I think he's financially well off, but this is saying like he's balancing two things. Oh, okay, I'm gonna take that. Just dropping it everywhere. Three of Cups. Okay. In this scenario, because we have the three people drinking and the cheesecake, this is very much about, and it's a three, just like we got for Clinton. But this is very much about like wanting to celebrate, party, and have fun, wanting to keep things light. Also, if somebody tells you something in confidence, if there's three people there, it's like he's gonna always kind of share things with others. This is someone who kind of is a big mouth or whatever. Like they talk a lot, but like in a sense that like they will spill your tea and not think twice. Wonder what his zodiac sign is. Specifically, like what his moon sign is. Um, okay. So that's him in the present. He's been gabbing. He's been spilling tea. He's been chit-chatting, celebrating kind of on a high, and I think that's gotten him in trouble. Okay, what about in the future? What's coming from in the next 6 months for Zach Sang's career, allegedly for entertainment purposes? The Knight of Cups. Ooh, he is going to try really hard to make up with the people that he has wronged. I think that he's going to take the approach of, okay, I better smooth things over if I want to, keep my status. I think specifically with Ariana Grande, but I think he'll also do it with Brooke so that he looks better. I think he's very aware of how this looks. And I think that he's going to definitely try to get back in the good graces of the public by really pouring it on thick. Because the Knight of Cups, this is emotion, but this is like your knight in shining armor card. I think he's going to try to be perfect. Like maybe he'll send Brooke like flowers that cover her whole like home, or like he's going to be doing grand gesture after grand gesture. Yeah. What else? The sun. Sorry, I'm yawning. I gotta wrap it up soon so I can go to bed. Um, the sun. It's gonna work out for him. Well, hopefully he also learned his lesson though. It's not just like he's able to be fake and manipulate the situation again, which that could be the case. Sometimes that's how things work, in the entertainment business. I've seen it all, my friends. So, maybe it'll work because he's being genuine. Maybe it'll work just because he's learned his lesson, and that he can't just act like that. But very interesting. I definitely am going to do some deep dives on them later. Okay. What are you guys saying? Let's see. I'm going to wrap it up. Maybe do like one more request or something if you guys have one, but then wait. What are you guys saying? Beth says Zach is a lonely man and only in the past few months did he actually lose his virginity. Sorry, I'm not trying to laugh. And he is like in his 30s. Okay, Beth, you and I, same page. So I don't want to be mean because, everybody, hey, whatever. Everyone's different with the rate they want to go at but I definitely feel like he's a little bit stunted because he did come out in life so much later and then he started dating so much later that it almost seems like I was watching some episodes where he was talking a lot about his boyfriend. And it's kind of like giddy, like schoolgirl type of energy that we sort of grow out of by the time we're in our 30s. Not that we're not excited about our partner, but I don't know. Like if you've seen it, you know what I mean. It's like every sentence he's like working his boyfriend into the conversation. It's kind of like It was a little silly, and he also is very much, I don't know, very dramatic about it, and it's a lot. So, I definitely feel like he's a little bit immature when it comes to, like, love and relationships, and there might be a little bit of insecurity about that, that it seems like he lashes out, um, about those topics. It's very weird, like, you kind of have to watch some of his interviews and I don't know, maybe you'll pick up on it too, but that's what I felt when I was watching those. Beth says he talks about everyone and pretends to be a friend. Yeah, that's the worst. So lame. Um, a friend to all is a friend to none, you know? United Airlines era. Sage Moon, gotta be. That gives Dark Libra Gemini. Oh, yes, Sage Moon. Dark Libra or Dark Gemini, definitely false partnerships and using like messages and the word to like manipulate. Totally. Very manipulative. What if that's like his sun and moon? Beth says, FYI, I don't like people like that and hope he will get his karma soon. Well, I definitely think, Beth, that he has been exposed, and whether or not he has a change of heart and actually becomes a better person, we won't know that. But I definitely think he's going to like tuck his tail between his legs and like, try to make it up to people. I think we're going to see him groveling a little bit on his show, like apologizing, maybe bringing Brooke back on to do a whole thing. Like, I think he's going to, eat crow, as they say. That's such a weird, actually disgusting, horrible phrase, but basically that. Now that I think about it, that's so disgusting thing to say. Okay. What else you guys think? Oh, yeah. Sage says he's definitely not one to trust. Oh, yeah. And didn't Brooke say he was trying to shop a show about Clinton and what he did to her? Yes. Sage Moon, that like enraged me. And she was like, can you imagine how upset I'm going to be if he sells this show, makes tons of money off of it, and it was all because he like betrayed her and she like doesn't see a dime. Hopefully she would like be able to get some compensation out of that if he did do that, like, maybe, like, take legal action, sue him, like, it's her story. He doesn't have the what are the rules about that if someone has the rights? Where's Lawyer Moog when you need him? Asleep. Just kidding. I will ask him, though. I'm curious about that. Like, is her story I don't know. That's crazy. Yes, I heard about that. I'm just like, my head is spinning. I can't believe he would do that. TJ says, "Can you pull for it if Zendaya will direct an episode of Euphoria in season 3? Apparently, they'll be filming in January 2025." Oh my god, TJ, do you think she's gonna be a part of it? I would be so surprised, but, like, interesting if she does come back. Sure, I will definitely pull a card for that. Beth says, and that'll be our last one. We'll end on that. Yeah, Heat Lifer says, "Sorry, I'll have to go to sleep." Me too. Me too, Heat Lifer. When I start yawning on the stream, which I'm so sorry, I apologize for that. It's time. Gotta hit the pillow. Oh, sending you love and light right back, Heat Lifer. You're so wonderful and amazing, and we love having you here. Sweet dreams. Oh my god, stop it, Beth. Sorry, Britt, but Zach's zodiac sign is a-hole. Beth. I think you're right. They need to add that to the zodiac, the wheel. I think that is very needed. Yes, let's pull one for that, and then let's get our booties to bed. And for our wonderful friend in Ireland, I hope you have an amazing day. Take it on. I hope that all your baking and all the things you're making are just turning out delicious, and you're having the best start to your day ever. Okay. Zendaya, will she direct an episode of Euphoria? Oh, best friend of the year awards, 6 of wands. I think so, actually. This is a very strong yes. I think that she's friends with a lot of people who work on Euphoria and around Euphoria. And even though she's like very big, celebrity wise, I think that she wants to be around the cast and crew. What else about Zendaya and Euphoria season 3? Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, but she's going to charge a lot more this time around. I love it. I think she renegotiated her contract. Okay. It took a lot to get her to come back. I'll say that. And good for her. Oh my God. Queen of Pentacles. All right. What else? I love it. I love it. Go Zendaya. The moon. Okay, yes. So she's gonna be, I think, exploring different roles. I think she's gonna have more power on the set this time. The moon card is like emotions. It's also things that are hidden. I think that she has an emotional attachment to this show, to this project. Um, with the moon card, I do see this as like a powerful card as far as emotions go. Anything else? This is very interesting. Also, the show is very, I haven't watched it to be honest with you, but um from what I've heard about it, it's very like emotional, like some of the storylines and things. The Empress. Oh my god, guys, could you get better cards? So we have the 6 of Wands, the best friend, the Queen of Pentacles, so she's in her bag, renegotiating the contract. That's what's bringing her back. The Moon card, it's almost like how the moon, will change forms, like from full to new to waning gibbous to waxing, whatever. Um, that's her. She's like a chameleon, and so she's gonna morph back into this character, and but it is emotional for her. I think it's maybe a little draining, but she's the Empress, and that means that she can handle it. The Empress card is also one of the other cards, along with the Hermit, that's associated with Virgo, and Zendaya is a Virgo, so she's gonna really be, because she's so, like, mature, she's gonna be in her element, and she's gonna be able to handle this with grace, but I definitely think it's challenging. It's a challenging role emotionally on some levels, but yeah, she's focused, she knows what she wants, she's renegotiated it, she's gonna have fun with her friends, and I think she's gonna do really well. So, she's in her Empress energy. I love it. She's in control of the situation this time around, whereas before, I don't really think that was the case. So, I think if she wants to direct, absolutely she will. She is in control. I love it. Good for her. Okay, you guys, it's time for bed. I gotta go to sleep. What do you guys think that wait, aw, wait. Heat life or said, start to go to sleep. Sending y'all love and light. Good night. Those are adorable dogs. Roller Girl said, Heat Life says, those are my babies. Oh my gosh. You're little pups. I'm trying to like make the little thumbnail bigger, little icon. I'm gonna go stalk your pups later, Heat Lifer. The babies. Okay. Claire says, have a great weekend, everyone. I'm off on a hen weekend tomorrow, already fearing the gin hangover of 2 puke emojis. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun, though. Claire, have a little drink for us, okay? And yeah, try to drink a lot of water so you're not super hungover. Drink water in between every drink if you can. Stay hydrated. You've got this, Claire. Thanks for being here. Hope you have a good day and a good weekend also. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm not pulling any more cards, but I am just reading a little bit of the messages because you guys are just spilling it tonight. I love it. Sage says he's a North Node in Sagittarius and South Node in Gemini. Gossip might be his comfort zone. No way. Sage, that makes so much sense. Yes, I agree with you. That's totally his comfort zone. Also, when it's your South Node, if you don't continue to progress towards your North Node, you can start to exhibit the negative qualities of the South Node, right? If you're not growing, like you said, if you're in your comfort zone, totally agree. Like for me, I've that Libra South Node. When I'm not acting out of my Aries North Node, or at least like balancing it, I can become like the negative side of Libra, like codependent, caring too much about how things look and like not like totally, totally. And definitely like in my earlier like 20s and stuff, like yes, I was experiencing those. But then if you start to like reach for your North Node, like for me, Aries energy, being more independent, not giving a crap what other people think, living my life, having my dogs, doing my stuff. Um, that's when you like feel empowered and positive. And with him, he's really meant to be the philosopher with Sagittarius North Node energy, free, philosophical, expansive in his mind. And you can tell that he still judges himself in some ways and he has to let that go. Wow. Yeah, Sagittarius energy is so generous of spirit. Definitely, he's working through it. Oh my God, Sage Moon, you just made me think so much. I totally think that's what it is. Hopefully, this is gonna like help him snap out of it and realize like you can't be this Gemini South Node anymore. You've got to expand. Okay. Because like Beth, he's the best Gemini. Beth is the best Gemini. Beth is amazing. Beth is an example of when a Gemini is very positive. All the signs have positive and negative. But yeah, Beth's got that good Gemini energy. Chatty and funny and fun and quippy and good info. And Aries Mercury, oh Lord. So he thinks about himself on the negative side. On the positive side, he's innovative and he has ideas that are trailblazing and exciting and new and advanced things. He's not afraid to go it alone. The Zach Sang show, all about him. But on the negative side, yeah, Aries can be overly independent, selfish, not think about others at all. I'm seeing it. Cecilia says, Britt, next time, can you check if Shawn will stop working with that negative person at some point? Cecilia, I will do that on Sunday. We're do the next live stream on Sunday at 10:30 p.m. Yes, I will. Let's give the energy a chance to settle because I think he's like spending time with her now, last I heard. Um, so we'll see if by Sunday maybe he's had enough. But thank you, Cecilia. Great request. Let's see what else. Oh, yeah. Roller Girl says it does. Like the looking out for self and weaponizing communication. Totally. And Jacob Elordi is in it. Oh, what is it? What is he? Oh, yeah. In Euphoria. Okay. Okay, Roller Girl. Roller Girl's excited to see him. Good night, everybody. Good night, Nikki. Sweet dreams. Good night, TJ. Good night, Beth. Good night, Roller Girl. Good night, Chaylee. Good night, Cecilia. Good night, Sage Moon. Okay. Good night, everybody. Sweet dreams. Thanks for being here. This was really fun, you guys. Thanks for spilling the tea with me.